Thank you so much for stopping in. This is the transmission I have for you today. We have in the past given you proof. Now, will you participate in it? In what, you say? Take part in turning your head in the direction of the light. Can you forget your current dogma, excuse me, and begin to flow in harmony with the supreme light being, which is you, or the creator, or divine being, or God, or dark, or light? You see, all these words have been added to your awareness to complicate the message, to complicate the direction for you to be drawn towards, for you to flow. The words are used to convolute you into a position of doubt. A doubt in, am I doing it right? Am I using the right word? Complicated to confuse you so you don't flow. You're constantly wondering, how do you pray to light? How do you talk to light? How do you ask light a question? It is very complexing when you believe it is etheric, when you believe light is not there. Light has been made for you to believe that it has to be a physical being, a person. You have been made to believe God, the divine light, has to be another person, thing outside of self. To be of light, to be light, you need to adjust your indoctrinated thinking, presumptions that turn your head to you. You are light. You are also helped by a higher, supreme light that oversees all things. It does not judge. It does not condemn. It does not resist. It is there to help you get into harmony of self and in harmony of one with all. You, light, are not two separates. You are light. You are one. You are light and one with all. You are light in a physical body. This may be received by you as a shock because it contradicts all you know. Excuse me. All you have been taught, all you understand. The dogma. The shock is okay. How you process the shock, the contradictions, is up to you. You either turn your realization to what you are, or you don't. Ultimately, you do see. Those of benevolence ultimately see. The galactic changes make realization easier to most. Some will cling to their dogma, to dominance, so tightly that they can no longer exist in the transitioning to harmony. That too is a choice made. The words given to you to make you understand light, such as God, divine, Allah, etc., are part of the dominance, part of the dogma. In the era of dominance, you, humanity, upon earth, were to learn not to give your light away. So you were taught to give it away so you could learn this is not right. Sorry, I'm going to read that again. In the era of dominance, you, humanity, upon earth, were to learn not to give your light away. So you were taught to give it away so you could learn this is not right. Now, within the dogma of the teaching, you are convinced light is outside of you. It is something else. It is somewhere else. We come to you to direct your attention to facing a different direction now. So you see the light. So you see the light that is within you. So you begin to see the light and harmonize it. You are familiar with talking, asking, praying to a light that is supposed to be in human form outside of you. Although extremely long in duration, in linear time as currently known, the galactic energetics will encourage all of humanity, will lead all of humanity upon the earth realm to seek the light within. That is guided by a greater light energy, but not superior to you, a source of guidance. Humanity, it is easier to be guided by outside forces because that is what you have been taught for so long. However, eras in transition, eras are in transition from dominance to harmony. Your thinking will change. Change either will be difficult or it will flow. This is also a time for learning and about face for many. This will be difficult because all those around are no longer on the same track as you. You will feel immense resistance, extreme isolation to your turning towards harmony, even if the turning is slow or fast. You no longer feel like you belong. There is a greater light energy, but it is not to be adorned. It is not to be revered. It is not to be prayed to or asked forgiveness from. It is there to guide you, to bring your energy back to self, and that is where you find guidance, find answers, receive forgiveness. It is within you. When you tap into your ancient wisdom and into the long past ancient writings, you will see the writings and discover how they were manipulated into making you believe light is outside of self, instead of you are the light. It was done through the tactics of dominance. Living a physical life and receiving goodness, receiving benevolence, is not a tit for tat. You get, but need to do something for it. You need not be a particular way to receive. It is not, your life is not to be a tit for tat where you believe that you do something, that you get something because you do something. That is not the energy that you are going into. It is the energy that you have received and learned, but is not the energy that you are going into. In dominance energy, you are asked to prove yourself worthy before information is given to you, before good comes to you, before you can enlighten or ascend. These are taught, yet they are faulty, and dominance-driven ideology. Yet you, humanity, needed to thoroughly learn, understand, and live this energy of dominance over you. It will be a great amount of time spans before this learning will cycle back around again. The learning of dominance. It will be a great amount of time to reach the pinnacle of harmony, which is where you're going towards. As your linear time proceeds, adjustments become easier for all. Understand, dear ones, you are transitioning from a dominance era to a harmonious era. Many attitudes, dogma, practices learned within the energy of dominance will change. Try not to resist because you hold so tightly to the old energy. It will not be easy for some. However, you will all transition and learn a new energy. This is why you have chosen this time and this place to live a physical life now. That's where the transmission ended. I don't have any comments about this transmission, except this message is about knowing that what we have been taught within the era of dominance was really, really important to the overall scheme of of all time, of all energy. It was necessary. We on the earth realm have to learn that so that we never again give our own light away, give our own power to something, someone, something else, any ever again. Although it will cycle back around, they said. It'll cycle back around, but it'll be so long that by that time, humanity on Earth needs to learn the same thing again. And also, this just came to my thoughts. Also, they started out the conversation with words, how words have been manipulated, how words have been translated into what they wanted, what their agenda was, not agenda, but what their plan was, what the plan is that we were in dominance and we had to learn from it. So all of the words were changed from you yourself, your light within a physical body, were changed so that you started doubting that and saying, oh, I need to rely on something, a light outside of myself. And that is what they started, what the dominance era started teaching and teaching and teaching. So now we are fully consumed with believing that we are not the light, but we are the light, and we will begin to start transitioning that direction. So all of the words were created or made to take our own energy, our own power, and give it to somebody else. And that's what they say. So that we said that we had to learn this fully, learn this, live it, be it, so that we never give our light away. That we're not supposed to give our light away, but you were taught to. I just found where it said, in the era of dominance, you, humanity, upon earth, were to learn not to give your light away. So you were taught to give it away. So that was our learning. And they also said that there is a more, they called it a divine source, light source, whatever that is, but it's not to be revered. It's not to be elevated. That light that that we have access to is, I'm going to check into it because it just came to my head that I should probably check into what that light is, what it's made up of, but it is not to be elevated. It's not to be adorned. What else do they say? Adorned. It's not to be revered, but it's there to guide us, not to be a God source, not to be a divine source. So this is really, really an interesting conversation that they're having with us. And just for kind of a reference, on the top of my page, I wrote this in late May. That's I'm not really behind, but that I finally gotten around to this, and I think it's timing too. I don't get around to it until I think they know when the timing's right. So timing's right for this message. That's where I'm going to stop. Nothing else is coming to my thoughts right now. So I do think that it will be kind of interesting to investigate or to look into what that other light source that helps guide us, what that is. It's not God, it's not divine, it's not, what other words we might use for them. But it's going to be fun to look into that. So I'll do that sometime soon. And I'm just going to say it again, it's really important that you start accepting that you are light. You are the light. You are the answers. You are the guidance that you look for. And you need to trust you. And they said you need to turn around and look. Look at you, because you're the light, and in our dominance, excuse me, in the teaching of dominance, this is a message I'm getting. In the teaching of dominance, you were not to consult yourself knowing that you were the answer. You had the answers. So it continued to put down into your everyday living that you had to rely on something outside of self in order to learn that you are the source energy. And that not to give it away. That's it. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for stopping in. Please stay tuned because there is a lot more to come.